when you've been successful doing it the way that you've been doing it, as long as you've been doing it, I don't know. It doesn't mean that they don't have the ability to self-evaluate whether or not they went through the proper steps in the process. Some could think, last year they hired Kevin Patullo without doing a bunch of interviews. I know it was late in the hiring process, but still, to me, I felt like they had already made up their minds.
Of course.
That he was going to be promoted to OC. And maybe they look back at that, and now they're trying to do their due diligence. So I'll only say that to say there has to be some self-reflecting there, but I don't know if this hiring process is what brings it to them or brings them to that self-reflecting. Maybe last year's hiring process did it, and now they're trying to do it differently this year. Here's the thing that makes me scratch my head. The reports are they were willing to give Mike McDaniel or Brian Daboll full autonomy.
Yes.
How true could that be if the entire offensive staff is still in place?
Right. And maybe, remember, the day after Daboll's interview was the day that we heard he wasn't interested anymore. Basically, he took the Tennessee job today, and we heard he's not really out of it. But the next day, Rossini said he's going to go to the Titans if he doesn't get the Bills job.
Yeah.
So what happened during that meeting that Brian Daboll said, not really interested anymore?
I would have to imagine, and I'm just guessing, use my brother's term, Hugh Douglas, reckless speculating.
Yeah.
They didn't have full autonomy.
Right.
Maybe in play calling, but certainly not in their staff.
Sure.
And the one thing about these coaches, especially guys like Mike McDaniel or Brian Daboll, who have been head coaches, these aren't first-time play callers. So they have a staff and guys they've worked with that they feel comfortable working with. They put that time in as offensive coordinator and then a head coach. So to get somebody of that caliber to come in, I would imagine they wanted to bring in some of their own people or some of their own staff. That's the only thing I can speculate about is that they didn't like the setup the way it was going to be for them as a coach.